Shout out to Baby Smack. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of KM Video Profiles. Every legend has an origin, and every name carries a story. Today, we're diving into the life of William Monkey Man Johnson. A figure deeply rooted in the history of Los Angeles street culture. Some feared him, others respected him, but one thing's for sure, his name still echoes in the streets.
Kev Mac video, you know, this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. Kev Mac video, you know, this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto. Hold up, for the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole, for the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through, shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf, I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation, broke as hell, mad and impatient. But if you know your history, you can't have a strong foundation, baby. Kev Mac video, you know, this is for sure.
Born in 1953 in Pearson, Mississippi, Monkey Man's journey took him across the country. He spent his childhood in Elkhart, Indiana, and by his teenage years, he found himself in Los Angeles, a city that would shape the rest of his life. His father had a similar path, moving from Mississippi to Indiana, then eventually settling in Chicago until he passed in 1984. But in the community of Westmont in California, that was Monkey Man's territory. Monkey Man was enrolled in Locke High School in 1970. He had no fear for other teenagers, not even gang members. He thought gangbanging was for cowards who needed backup. But by 1971, Monkey Man had made his mark, linking up with Tookie Williams and the West Side Crips alongside his good friend, Curtis Buddha Morrow.
Familiar sound. Now spooge your thoughts of the underground. Long range sight.
One night, Tookie's girlfriend Bonnie threw a party in her mother's garage on 106th Street. That night, Bonnie introduced Tookie to two feared neighborhood figures, Monk, short for Monkey Man, and Curtis Buddha Morrow. They weren't invited. They crashed Bonnie's party, scaring some of her friends away. Tookie described Buddha and Monk as having a vicious reputation as a tag team. They wanted in on the circle of friends, and from that night on, Buddha and Tookie became inseparable. When do you guys join up with Monkey Man?
Monkey Man came into the hood around 1972. He came into the hood. He was original West Side Crip. So that was in 1972. And he came during the same time we already kicked off, initiated the Crip modification and turf off with new name Crips near and abroad. So it was in 1972 that Monkey Man came in. So when we started the block with Memo Hardy, which were all smacks, and then we started the UG.
We founded UG.
Monkey Man.
Tookie's from the Horace Mann end of town. We got all the Hundreds, the Monks, the Melvin Hardys, and all them. So Monk broke off and he started United Underground. Which was everybody from
Vermont to Van Ness, which is the borderline, all the way from the Hundreds, all the way down to Florence.
UG was a big set.
Who's the originals? The roll call.
Original roll call. It was Monkey Man, Bloodstone, which is Melvin Calloway, who started Nine Deuce Hoover, Eddie Corley, Willie Crawford, you know, you go on and on. Bimbo, Lil Bimbo, there was a whole lot of them. Yay, Igor, Michael Steels, you know, it was original. Ronald Country, Michael Tipton, yeah. They was a big set. They was bigger than everybody. You know, we was all homies back in the day. Even though the Underground was the biggest set, and like right now, the Underground was so big, it went all the way to Florence. So all the where the 8 trays is at now, all the 8 trays would be Underground. All the 90s Underground. They had the biggest set all the way back from basically from 106 in Normandy all the way to Florence in Normandy.
UG didn't go to 60 turf.
No.
I was with United Underground when we all first started. That's the first set, because now the West Side, we just going from where we West Side Crip to now the same group that's still together. Now Monk don't move up the ladder in the hundreds, and so when I go in, it's United Underground. But when I get out, this just when it started, the end of 72. It's when we started breaking up from the West Side. When I come out, I notice now when I go back to the hundreds, Monk is like the shot caller for everybody around there, where he's barking orders and this. And that wasn't happening. We from the 80s. We doing what we do. And that's when we broke, and me, Frog, Hot Dog, and Hillbilly, and breaking a few of us, we break, and that's when we come up with the term Gangsta Crip.
Underground was so big, and they was really one of the first homies so deep, started set tripping a little bit, and we wasn't with it, the set tripping and fighting each other, and the Underground just started kind of like going their own ways, and they kind of like abandoned each other, just died out, disbanded. They were still there, but they just went their own way. And I think that's when Bloodstone, he moved on 93rd and Figueroa, and he started Nine Deuce Hoover in 1973.
When you said Monkey Man 72, original West Side Crips. 71, no? West Side Crip.
Well, Monkey Man them didn't move into Los Angeles until the latter part. Monkey Man wasn't at the original meeting with Ray Washington after the conflict with the Inglewood Crips. He wasn't there, just like Tookie wasn't there, you know. So when Monkey Man came in 71, 72.
What street did Monkey Man live on?
Monkey Man stayed on 102nd and Buttline. And that's the difference between the UG Crips, because we started from Normandy all the way to Van Ness, and they from Normandy all the way to Vermont, you know, which was the original West Side Crip hood. The turf borderline was stopped about Vermont, and then you had the dimmer lanes and what have you. In 1973, we started to block UGs, Watergates, and shotguns, all the local neighborhoods around us.
Some say it was in 72, most say in 73, but at some point, Monkey Man became credited with starting the Underground Crips. The name, some say it comes from Curtis Mayfield's song, The Underground, in 1971. Others claim it was inspired by a basement where Crips would gather and party. You guys familiar with the Underground House?
Oh yeah, we heard many stories. I never went in there. That's before my time, but that's how the UG started, from the Underground House.
Either way, the name stuck. and so did Monkey Man's reputation. Sunday, May 13, 1973, Bob published a small Compton newspaper with an article called The Baddest. It featured Buddha, Little James, Warlock, Melvin Hardy, Sweetback, Monk, and Tookie on the cover.
If you that poster that you posted on your page, Buddha and Tookie are in the front, Bogard and Warlock are kind of in the back. I'm in the back because when I came, they had already set up. I'm there with the beanie on, and Lil James Compton from the 118th Street is right behind me. See, what people don't understand, in the beginning, it was East Side, West Side, and Compton.
Wack, what block did you grow up on?
107th Street, between Narberty and Dinker. The best.
Also off 107th, between Dinker and Normandy.
What other big names lived on you guys' block?
Oh,
Choo Choo, Woody, Big Fly, Droopy, Cholo,
OG,
and then if you want to go to the OGs,
Rainbow,
Hawk,
Bruno,
OG,
Ping,
Ray,
Penguin,
Mr. People,
OG Cue Ball,
yeah,
original Cue Ball.
So many.
Oh my goodness.
That was original block Crip before we started UG.
07 blocks.
Well, I started 107 block, the street I lived on.
We was trying to figure out what we gonna be. Dinker boys. We could have been in hoods. We could have been blocks.
We was just leaning.
Yeah.
We was working on finding our way.
Yeah.
Because we were nothing but young kids.
Yeah,
we still having fun though.
Exactly. And we looked up to Gary Newman.
Yeah.
Gary Newman was UG.
Matter of fact, OG Leprechaun.
Yeah, he was OG Leprechaun, and he was from Hoover, but he was over there with Momo and them, and he came back over here because all his big brothers was UGs, and he was like, "Hey, I'm UG," and we used to go in his garage and we used to see the roll call of all the UGs, and we was like, "We gonna be baby UGs."
And I'm original block and original 113th Street block.
We got the 107s, we got the 106, the 105, the 103s. And then we had homies on the original. Our big homies was 108, but we've never pushed the 108 like that. So,
but majority of the time, being I stayed on 107 right there by Big Hawk and Rainbow and them. They met up on 107 on a regular basis every day, all the time. Whether they was talking about this, that, they played music. They did all kind of shit. So I mean, they was always right there on the 7.
So I lived on 107th Street and had a gang of homies that lived on 107th Street and around the 108, 106. So we was hanging out at the apartment building next door to my mama's house. So we started another hood, 107 block.
What year did 10 Trey come out?
Oh, thirds, they came out in the 80s.
Yeah, they came out about.
They came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
Cause that all formed. That came all right because everybody really started pushing. Once they got the carburetor shop with the Johnson's carburetor shop right there on Century.
Yeah.
Once that came about, then everybody, more people started hanging on the first, the second.
Yeah.
So we just.
So you say about your middle 80s, because first we really didn't do streets. We was the original, came back 107.
Everybody hung on the 7.
And then during the time, and then it started being, because the third started getting deeper, so they started saying, oh, third, but every time you look around, it was throwing up the 7.
So, one thing about Monkey Man, you never hear any bad or controversial issues in regards to his reputation. His closest friends included Buddha and Blackie, but if you ever met him in person, like I did, one warm afternoon at Jesse Owens Park, you hear him say his best friend was Tookie. Monkey Man moved differently. He wasn't just another street figure. He was someone even the young Hoover showed respect to because the older Hoovers had already done the same. Loyalty in the streets of LA is never guaranteed. Monkey Man repeatedly warned Tookie about Blackie, claiming he was a snitch who could disappear to Canada whenever he wanted. Whether Tookie believed it or not is a different story. But one thing's for certain, Monkey Man wasn't one to back down from anything or anyone. He was a fighter. In Tookie's book, he described Monk and Buddha as a vicious tag team at Washington High School. Some say Tookie looked up to Monkey Man despite being born a month apart. But what really set them apart? His fearlessness. He never backed down from a fight, never turned down a fade. That's what made him stand out. That's what made him a legend. And in March 2016, his story came to an end. But legends, they don't just disappear. They live on in the streets, in the stories, and in the memories of those who knew them. Monk outlives his three best friends, Blackie, Buddha, and Tookie. I captured this photo of Monk and his homeboys at Tookie's funeral in 2005. Monkey Man's name lives forever and still holds weight. But what do you think about his legacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more untold street stories, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay tuned. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Rest in peace, Monkey Man.
This is Los Angeles.